Hey everybody, it's Bumps of the Night here with another show and tell video. I went to my first convention today, so I've never been to like a full-blown kind of any kind of con or convention of sorts. I know, kind of crazy, I'm in my 30s, and it's just something I never got around to doing. But today, I went with my best friend and his wife to a convention called Spookala, and it was a couple hours away from where I live. It was up in somewhere between Orlando and Tampa in Florida at the Florida State Fairgrounds. So I went to this convention. Here before for a concert. I saw Coheed and Cambria Taking Back Sunday here.
This is where we did all our food.
Hell yeah. He's Christopher Walken here. Spookala. Into it, you know?
What are you gonna do when that comes to life?
Because the one and only Tim Jacobus was going to be there. Plus it's horror, and I love horror. So let me kind of break down what I got today. Alright, so like I said, I went and met the man that met the legend. And while I was there with him, I had noticed he had some Funko Pops for sale. Now, you guys saw my original video when I went to Barnes & Noble's and I collected every Funko Pop they had. They did not have this print of the Haunted Mask. So I picked up it, and he signed it for me. So, get myself a nice signed copy of the Haunted Mask Funko Pop by Jacobus himself. Now, when I was out and about and looking, trying to find my way around the convention, one of the places I go is Tampa Busch Gardens Hollow Scream. I take my brothers almost every year. I didn't go last year just because there was a couple things going on and with school and a cruise they were on. We just couldn't swing it. But I got a free bag from the Hollow Scream table for the 25th anniversary. So that was cool. I know that when you meet the artists, because primarily that's what I did, is I went and I met Jacobus. But when you meet the artists, I've seen people take books before, so I knew you could get books signed. And the deal he was running at Spookala was he'd sign books for free. Any other signatures you need to pay for. So when I went up, I looked through my collection long and hard, and I decided, what 2 books am I going to take? These are what I picked. I decided to take my copy, my personal copy of Werewolf Skin. I'd say this is a 9 out of 10 condition, honestly. I mean, still got the mask. Still got the mask and everything. So, this is a first edition print. When Tim saw this one, he was like, wow, this is in like fantastic condition. I was like, yeah, I kind of collect them. So, he signed this one for me here. Next, this one was special to me. This was my first book I ever got signed by Stein. This one I've never actually met Stein, but I got this one off Discovery Books. It was supposed to be a library edition. And when I was flipping through it, I found Stein's signature. And today, now I have Jacobus's. So I have both the author and the artist's signature on this one, which this is special to me. While I was with him, he also sold like prints and stuff, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But when I broke off with my friend group, we were just kind of making our way through the con. It's like the standard con, you know, aisles that crisscross, and My best friend's wife actually happened to spot a box of Goosebumps for sale. And so, of course, I went through it. And the first book that caught my eye, yes, was a copy of I Live in Your Basement. Now, I'm going to be real with you. This copy is beat to hell. I've got a flat in it still. It's definitely been loved. You can just see the wear and tear on it. Some of the pages were creased, as you can see. I've still got to try to get those flat in there. No big deal. But knowing the rarity of this is an original 90s print. That looks like it's traveled through some backpacks. I opened it up, and I was like, okay, if it's the first print, I'll buy it. And indeed it was. So I grabbed it, and I was like, well, Tim's still here. He did say I'll sign books for free. I went back to see him, and I was like, hey, look what I found while roaming the con. And he's like, oh, wow, it's really hard to find one. And I was like, yeah, I just happened to stumble across it. Well, she did, and I pointed at my friend's wife. I was like, and the guy wanted $5 for it. And he's like, wow, you got a killer deal. So for $5, not the best find in the world, but pretty damn awesome. 61 of 62. And like I said, it's in rough condition, but Jacobus signing it definitely made it worth a little more. I probably would keep it just because it's a real nice memento to add to my little stack of books that are signed. So anyway, that was fun. I got to talk to him for a while. When I went back for that signature, I didn't want to just get the signature and walk away. That felt scummy. So I also paid him for I think it's a lithograph, but essentially an art piece here of Horrorland, and I had him sign it. So I had him sign that as well. And then while I was out and about in the convention center, the main Spookala table was selling these backpacks. I got this for $20. I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, it's not a super duper high quality backpack, but it's got one of those USB charging ports, and I needed something to carry my stuff. So this was just to keep my books safe and my prints safe. And I also got a shit ton of posters. Now, at the same table I picked up this backpack, they were giving away a bunch of free posters, and I'll do some jump cuts here essentially to each poster. But I also got a really special one. So let's start with the special one first. This one I got from Tim when I was at his table. Very, very thrilled with this. Love the art for this. I crapped all over the story. It is not a fantastic story. Everybody knows that. But I did get a copy of Ghost Beach, a large print of it, and it is signed by Jacobus. So I plan to get that framed when I get back to having my own game room / library, but I was too excited not to have that. There were so many cool companies. I got a lot of free stickers for said companies. I don't think I have them with me. Some poster chick was walking around, and she did give me this really cool coupon. The C is kind of like the G, and it was for a Creeporama, but it was across the con. Everyone was ready to go. I didn't get to go back and spend it. I didn't get my 10%. But it's going to be a cool bookmark. So, there's that. Okay, so, other posters I got in the con. It was super neat. I wish I had remembered I had this one, because I would have got him to sign this too, but I didn't think about it. But that's okay. So, first off the rip. I got a Until Dawn poster. Hourglass, I'm a huge fan of this game. Unfortunately, I feel like the movie's not going to live up to the hype, but I'm still going to go support it and see it in theaters. Next, they had a full poster for the event, which was just Spookala here. Homelander, Resident Alien, I forget the guy's name in the corner. He's a meme. Machete, Ghostface, and there's some evil eyes back here of a gremlin. But yeah, Spookala. So that was cool. There was a Killer Clowns from Outer Space ice cream cone. Thought that was neat. That actually was the second thing to catch my eye. There's a guy from the Bible Bonkers. It's Pappy something. I've seen the memes. Like he sings a song about There'll Come a Day. But I've seen this. I guess he was there. I didn't run into him. But I've seen the memes on TikTok. It was funny. My best friend was after this one. Like I said, when you go there, they give you them all for free. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. It's very artistic picture of Ghostface. There were a lot of Ghostface cosplayers there. It's like his robe is stars. Just very nice art. Planning to get it framed. Saw poster. Not super in love with Saw. I actually have 8 of the 10 movies, and I haven't even watched any of them. But Tobin Bell was there. I didn't go to see him, but there were a lot. For every Ghostface person dressed up, there was at least 2 to 3 Saw people. Mostly Jigsaw, some of the puppet, and a lot of that chick from Saw 2 with the contraption that ends up being evil. I know enough about it. I haven't seen them, but Another Scream poster. I guess they're trying to really hype up Scream here. Don't forget Scream 7's coming out, so The reason I walked over to this table, I spotted this from a mile away. And I could tell as soon as I saw it that this was Jacobus' work. Like I said, I should have got him to sign it, but that's okay. It's a really neat print. I think this is for his Magic the Gathering. I think this is the Cryptghast. I don't know. But yeah, so a lot of cool stuff today. Didn't break the bank. I got some compliments on the shirt, obviously, and had a fun road trip. Nice little distraction from life. I finally found one of these in the wild. I was at a convention, but I found one in the wild for $5, which I could not believe. Even in this condition, I think $5 was a pretty good deal. And it means the one I have now, I don't have to read. I have this. So anyway, yeah, that was my haul. Like I said, a lot of horse stuff. Gonna put it all together. I couldn't wait to get home and add it all to my collection, but I wanted to go over a video with it before I did. So yeah, there we go. Hopefully you enjoyed my haul for today. If you did enjoy today's content, maybe consider clicking some of those buttons like, comment, share, subscribe. There's always something new Goosebumps-esque on this channel. With that being said, I appreciate your viewership, and I'll scare you in the next one.